The world knows that I'm Debo for a reason, because I'm the guy pulling up on everyone and wanting to make the biggest, best fights happen. So the duck talk is for somebody else, not for me. He wants to be realistic in these negotiations. Then we can do that fight now, or we can do that fight next. It makes no difference to me.
As the perfect dance partner, the perfect opponent, the perfect adversary for anybody, your favorite fighter or your favorite fighter's favorite fighter.
Devin Haney fired back at Keyshawn Davis after the recent call-out, making it clear he is far from impressed. Haney dismissed Davis as unproven, saying he has not faced anyone truly significant in the sport yet, and insisted the challenge does not bother him at all as he remains focused on bigger fights.
So
is he annoying you more than...
Nah, he don't annoy me. He don't annoy me. Nah.
Where's he talking? On Twitter?
All over. Yeah. Maybe I don't know if he's on Twitter. Maybe YouTube. He be on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you watch this stuff to motivate you?
No, I don't be paying him no mind.
No?
I don't be paying him.
But do people send you stuff to you see what this guy said?
No.
Jones Jr. believes a fight between Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney would feel like a blockbuster event for boxing fans.
Just came off a much-needed dominating performance against Brian Norman. The low-hanging fruit in the headline was, can he take the punch? He showed that he can take the punch, but he also delivered a punch. So now he's back in the driver's seat and can make whatever decision he wants. What do you think about that fight if it's 1 or 2 fights away?
Kind of tough fight right now because Devin Haney is right back at the top of his game. Devin showed that the weight loss was probably causing him to not have as good punch resistance, and it also probably wasn't causing him to have as much power or explosiveness as he has. He showed tremendous power, tremendous punch resistance in that fight against Norman, and for him to do that means that the weight was probably an issue. Now, if Keyshawn comes up, or if they even do a catch weight, a 143, 144, it's going to be a very interesting fight because I think Devin has more tools and more IQ right now. But
fighters carrying confidence, skill, and growing rivalries into the ring, Jones sees the matchup delivering non-stop drama, elite-level boxing, and the kind of atmosphere that could captivate the entire sport. You got to have that intangible about him.
He can be a different guy when it's time to be a different guy. You can never count him out. However, if I were pushing Keyshawn, I would have another fight or two before I fight Devin, just for experience purposes. And if I was Devin, I would try to jump on it right now before he gets those couple fights, because the more experience he gets, the harder he's going to become to beat.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough fight for Keyshawn Davis. And I think in many respects, Devin Haney too. You can't take Keyshawn Davis light. He can really fight. He's really like that. The weight difference is a concern, and it's a fair question. Is he ready now? Is he ready a fight or two from now? But that's the fight, really. If you really want to scream, I'm back. That's the type of fight that you want, because obviously it's in the Turkey Al-Sheikh universe, and that's a fight that's going to get made. You're going to make a career-high payday. But if you are able to beat Devin Haney...
Keyshawn Davis has made it clear in recent interviews that he has no plans to remain at super lightweight for long. With the welterweight division viewed as his ultimate target, Davis sees 147 pounds as the stage for the biggest fights of his career.
And I'm going to become a 147 champion. And then I'm going to defend it against somebody at 147.
Devin Haney? Who at 147? Is it Devin Haney? Yeah. Because that's a pound for pound brother right now. And we asked you, who's a fight that's going to put you on that pound for pound list? Devin Haney's at 147, right? And he got a belt.
Now he is, yeah.
And you say you want 147? I mean, what we doing? What we talking about?
Names.
We talking about January 31st. I'm a look great, God willing, and in the future, we going big.
Davis believes Devin Haney has been downplaying his potential because he knows Davis has the ability to beat him in the ring. Davis suggested Haney is avoiding giving him credit as a real threat. I want to say you scared of me because fighters aren't really scared.
Because fighters aren't really scared of fighters, but you're ducking me? Like, what is it about?
You don't think fighters are scared of fighters?
In our DM build, he say he's willing to do that.
I think we can give them.
Yeah, you let us handle that.
Yeah. So
I would be very surprised if y'all
like
do
this
that.
data.
Say it again.
I said we're gonna try and lock this data. Murder gonna talk to you after this, but I'm gonna call Bill tomorrow, and we're gonna see. Well, I don't know if he's still on the West Coast or not, but. Hopefully it can be face-to-face, but if not, we'll definitely get him on Zoom. But I think he'll show up. And this way it don't have to be no back and forth. He said, she said, we'll both have y'all on this.
while Haney fired back by insisting he has never ducked or avoided any fighter throughout his career.
About you is that you duck anybody. You're clearly willing to fight the best. How do you feel like, I know just personally we all experience in our lives. If someone says something about us and we feel like, well, they have a point of view that may be valid or invalid, but if someone says something about us and we feel like they're just lying on us, that's a different feeling. When he said ducky, what category of criticism did that fall in your own mind?
I mean, I just took it with a grain of salt. I think that he's just trying to, sell the fight, which rightfully so. We haven't really heard from Rolly since the run.
And also argued that Devin Haney has built a larger profile partly because of strong promotion and smart marketing from his team. Davis suggested that much of Haney's reputation has been fueled by hype, claiming his achievements inside the ring against elite opponents do not fully match the attention he receives.
The entire boxing public was making Devin into something a lot bigger than he is.
I mean, Devin was doing that. Devin and his father, they was promoting Devin well in terms of, building his fights, who he was going to fight next to keep his name rolling, making things look like stuff that it isn't, and just saying things that's extraordinary. They was doing a great job promoting Devin. And he was fighting and he was winning. So they was doing everything they could to make him out into the fighter he is today. And hats off to that too. Us as fighters nowadays, we gotta promote our own selves. So they was doing what they was supposed to do.
Davis has continued evolving into a more complete fighter, showing major improvements in power discipline and composure. His stoppage win over Jermaine Ortiz was especially impressive because Ortiz had previously gone the distance with elite fighters like Vasily Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez.
Jermaine Ortiz, something that Teofimo Lomachenko couldn't do against Jermaine Ortiz. Heck, they had tough battles with Ortiz. Keyshawn relatively was in control and made this look easy. All right, let's talk about the first half of this fight. It was a very awkward and ugly fight as Jermaine Ortiz was moving all around, kind of jittery. Something we anticipated Jermaine Ortiz would do. That's kind of how he fights, really awkward type. Keyshawn Davis was like, all right, cool. The jab was phenomenal for Keyshawn. Yes, the power punches through like the first half of the fight were even. The jab was way in favor of Keyshawn Davis. That's how he was able to keep Jermaine Ortiz at range. So when Ortiz tried to come in quickly, Keyshawn wasn't having any of it. Then the second half of the fight, really rounds 8 through 12, Jermaine Ortiz realized, I can't keep doing that. I'm gonna have to just stand right in front of him and kind of box and try and land some shots, because Ortiz did land some shots on.
CIT looks like you pasted the same sentence I just provided. Did you mean to send a new transcript for me to rewrite? If so, please paste the new text. If you want me to check or adjust the previous version, let me know.
But, if he feel like he can take him, let him get at him, Let him get at him.
Are you looking at it more like that 12-round experience type deal?
Yeah.
Getting rounds in?
Get some rounds in.
When you listen to and then, there's back and forth going with them too. Devin saying that, he would like to fight, the little brother before the big brother. What thoughts on that? I think there was a tweet saying that Shakur, I don't want to step on Devin Haney's toes. I'm going to let Keyshawn get Devin Haney. A lot of people had lots to say about it. They're saying that, listen, they're breaking down the rankings with two to three different people, friends type of deal, taking each other's work. Keyshawn wanted Tio. Now, Shakur got Tio. But now, because I took that work, I want you to go get Devin Haney. He's saying Devin Haney might be a little bit too big for him. What's your thoughts on Keyshawn's call out and all this talk?
Let him give him what he wants. Let him go at that.
Some boxing fans have questioned whether Keyshawn Davis is truly ready to face Devin Haney, with critics suggesting he may be building hype around the matchup without fully committing to it. Davis has responded to those doubts by explaining that any major fight must make sense for his career at the right moment. He believes timing, preparation, and long-term goals are all important factors before stepping into a high-profile showdown. While some observers see that mindset as a way to protect his position and maintain leverage in negotiations, others view it as smart career management from a young fighter still developing at the elite level. Supporters argue Davis is showing maturity by focusing on the right opportunities instead of rushing into fights for attention alone. His confidence combined with a measured approach to his progression suggests he fully intends to compete against the best fighters in boxing when the circumstances are ideal.
And when really looking at and assessing this situation, I'm just trying to figure out at the end of the day if Keyshawn Davis really wants the biggest fights in the sport of boxing, or does he just want the biggest headlines? You know, after stopping Jermaine Ortiz Saturday night, Keyshawn Davis immediately calls out Devin Haney in the ring. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, that's a real fight for the sport. A true chess match with Keyshawn Davis's elite timing, sharp and accurate punch, and understanding the range, and solid defense being tested against Devin the Dream Haney's elite jab, quick feet, fast hands, championship pedigree, and, you know, his high-level ring IQ. But then, hours later, he's on Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco's platform Nightcap, and now, within a few hours, he's saying that this fight has to make sense. Conversation over to Lewis Crocker and talks with Eddie Hearn. And in my eyes, this is where the questions start. This isn't something that's even new either. You know, when we look at Keyshawn Davis's past, he said he was going to fight Edwin De Los Santos and Abdullah Mason just to miss weight, not stay in the division at 135, and end up fighting neither, while Abdullah Mason goes on to beat Sam Notes to take the title that was stripped from Keyshawn Davis. At some point, that stops feeling random and starts to feel like a pattern. Big call-outs, big buzz, then a pivot. And whether intentional or not, it makes me question how much Keyshawn truly wants these big fights. Because in boxing, at least from the fans' point of view, trust is built on consistency and, just as importantly, follow through. So, is Keyshawn Davis really wanting of the big fight?
Davis recently took aim at Devin Haney's fighting style, questioning whether Haney possesses the kind of punching power needed to trouble elite opponents. Davis argued that despite Haney moving up from lightweight, he still has not shown the physical strength or knockout ability that forces fighters to fight cautiously. According to Davis, Haney depends heavily on technical boxing movement and winning rounds with precision rather than inflicting real damage. He believes that approach may work against certain opponents, but not against a fighter with his aggression, confidence, and pressure. Davis also suggested Haney's defense and ring control would not be enough to keep him from attacking consistently throughout a fight. While Haney remains one of boxing's most accomplished young champions, Davis appears convinced that his own power, athleticism, and offensive style would expose weaknesses in Haney's game if they ever meet inside the ring.
No, you asking that question. I felt like that's what it was. But go ahead.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, I'm ready to fight anybody. So I'm going for the stars. And I know Devin Haney is the same fighter from when he was at 35. He's the same fighter when he was at 40. Now he's at 40. So he ain't nothing changed. But his weight, you know what I'm saying? I will knock Devin Haney out. Guaranteed. You know, I just feel like, shouts out to Devin, though. You do your thing. Like, I have no problem against you, bro. But we talking business right now. I will knock Devin out for sure. For sure.
You don't think he's hitting a little harder at 47 than he was at 35 and 40 growing into that weight? That's a no. It looked like it.
It looks
to
like
us, Keyshawn.
To me.
Let's see how hard I hit January 31st.
I like it.
Do you think you already?
Do you think you already? Andre Ward has repeatedly praised Devin Haney for his discipline, dedication, and commitment to boxing, emphasizing that those qualities make him one of the toughest fighters to beat in the sport today. Ward has pointed out that Haney approaches boxing like a full-time professional, staying focused year-round and consistently sharpening his craft instead of allowing distractions to affect his career. According to Ward, that level of work ethic and preparation separates elite fighters from the rest and gives Haney the potential to become an even bigger star as he enters his prime years. Ward has also defended Haney during controversial moments in his career, including close fights that sparked debate among fans and analysts. His support carries significant weight because of his own accomplishments as an undefeated two-division world champion and respected analyst. Many within boxing view Ward's praise as proof that Haney is considered one of the sport's elite competitors.
Vasily Lomachenko. He's jumping up in weight to fight Regis Prograis. What do you make of this fight, and what do you make of Devin Haney's career thus far?
I think Bill Haney has done a masterful job with how he's moved his son. And Devin Haney is the truth. He's got skill. He's probably one of the most technically sound fighters in the game today. I think Haney has the advantage because similar to me and Kovalev, people think, oh, he's been at the weight class longer, so he's bigger. It's like, nah, he might be bigger. Doesn't mean he's stronger, and he's sucking himself down to get to 140. That shows up after that 6th or 7th round. The guy coming up, if he knows how to box and he knows his way around that ring, he ultimately has the advantage because I don't have to look like a skeleton.
Carrington shared his thoughts on Keyshawn Davis' impressive stoppage victory over Jermaine Ortiz and the growing talk of a future clash with Devin Haney. Carrington described the matchup as a highly competitive and exciting fight, pointing out that Haney may hold the edge in experience, but Davis brings serious power, skill, and adaptability into the ring. He praised Davis for consistently performing at a high level against tough opposition, especially after becoming the first fighter to stop Ortiz, who had previously pushed several elite fighters to difficult fights. Carrington also noted how sharp and energetic Davis looked late in the contest, particularly in the 12th round, showing excellent conditioning, composure, and ring awareness. Those qualities prove Davis is rapidly developing into a complete fighter capable of competing with the very best in boxing today.
But then calls out Devin Haney. You know, what's your thoughts on that? I was just listening to the Twitch. Actually, you posted up a Twitch of what is it? Aiden Ross.
Aiden Ross, yeah.
He was talking about you. He was like, "Yo, who's that dude from New York?" He was nice with it.
Yeah.
Jacob was like, "Yo, shoot."
Yeah, that was cool. You know, big shout out to Aiden Ross. Hopefully we could.
But in that same live, he said, you know, that the Keyshawn Davis and Haney, it seems like it's going to be put together. I mean, what's your thoughts on that?
That's a really good fight. I do feel like Keyshawn has a great chance at, doing well in that fight. I think that Devin has the experience on his side, but Keyshawn has a lot of tricks up his sleeve, and he's looking strong. He's looking really strong his last few fights. And he made a point, I think, in his post-fight.
Carrington also discussed the physical differences between the two fighters, acknowledging that Devin Haney is naturally the bigger man. However, Carrington stressed that Keyshawn Davis is far from undersized, especially as he continues growing into higher weight classes. He believes Davis has the frame strength and athletic ability to compete comfortably against bigger opponents at the elite level. Carrington described the matchup as extremely competitive, viewing it as a true 50-50 fight where both fighters bring different advantages into the ring. In his opinion, Haney's experience in championship fights and long career at the top is balanced by Davis' power, versatility, and confidence.